Hello, this is Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm Sherry, and I'm so glad that you have joined me today for my Tickled Tuesday video. This video is late. I usually have it going by 7 o'clock in the evening on Tuesdays, but I have been in school all day today and have just not been able to get to putting this together until now. And right now at this time it's 10 minutes to 7. So I know this is not going to be ready till close to 8 p.m. this evening or maybe a little later. Anyway, that is why it's late. I taught 4 classes today and then I was in a class for me, and it just got to be a very full day. Before we get going, I want to announce just some fun things that are going on. I'm going to get that out of there. And we have two new kits that have just come out. This one is Your Day to Shine, and it's for $14. And then we also have Frog and Friends kit that just came out for $12. So those are some fun and exciting things that are available to you now this month. Soon the next Paper Pumpkin is coming out, and you can order that until, well, it's too late now. I was going to say the 10th of March, but it's the 12th. So now you can start ordering the one for April, and you will have until April 10th to order that one. Okay, let's get out of here. Whoops. If I can get the right pages are going. Okay. I am going to show you today what I don't have a sample for you. I just cut out a bunch of stuff and we're going to make it and do it all in the process. All right, I am going to make a crafting card. I'm using my perennial postage die sets. I am going to be using, if I can get this apart, I'm using this big rectangle die cut. It fits a 5 1/4 by 4-inch piece of paper. And then we're going to be using the Crafting with You full bundle, both the stamps and the die set. So that's what we're looking at today. I'm going to be sharing with you one of the reasons why I always get the bundles. I always get the bundles because you can do so much more with them, and they really are a lot of fun. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I do to get it ready and how you can make it on your own. Then we're going to assemble the actual card, and you can see how that is done. All right. Stamp. Let's stamp first. This is the sewing machine, and I am using pecan pie for that. Originally, I had stamped the sewing machine on white, and I wasn't real pleased with it, so I decided to do it on pecan pie, and I liked the way that came out a whole lot better. All right. So I just wanted to show you the difference of that. Sometimes using the same color on the same sheet of paper helps a lot. And I'm going to use my tuxedo black, and I'm just going to cut out this image of yarn. And move those over there. And then I'm going to show you what I did to put all of this together to run through the stamp, the cut, or Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. For these bigger items, you can take the die cuts that will take these images out. And what I do is I use some washi tape. Some people use Post-it notes, but I find that the washi tape works real well because it's narrow and smaller. But that's all up to you how you want to do it. And I just usually tape both ends down. And I do that so that when I run this through the machine, the item does not slide all over for me. It stays right in position. So I'm going to line that right up. And we'll do that. There's a lot of little images in this, and these there's nothing to stamp with. I just placed it on top. And our plates for our cut and emboss machine, there are 4 plates. Actually, there's 5 or 6 of them, but I'm only going to show you 4 of them today. We have a base plate. Then we have the cutting edge plate down there. Then we have one clear plate that we lay everything on, and then we put another clear plate on top of that. You always want all the Stampin' Up! Images or lines to match up at the bottom, and then you want to stagger the pieces like this so they'll go through the machine real easy. And this is our machine. It folds up for easy storage. I'm just going to move this out of the way right now. And you just fold down the 2 ends and you put in your plates. Now I have to adjust this one because I can see that that little image has slid while I was moving everything. And you pick it up like that, and I like the big machine. I mean, you can do all of these in the mini machine that we have because they're small pieces, but because there were so many multiple pieces that I was using, I just decided to put it all on the big machine and do it all at once. So, sorry for the way the picture shakes there, but that's how you do it. And there's some electricity, so stuff sticks to the plates. And my plates are getting worn. I'm going to need to replace them soon because they've been around a while. Then I can take out all my little pieces and where's my take your pick tools on the other end, and I need it to punch that out. Sometimes the paper's cut. Oh, there, it fell out. And then I have this one. Sometimes the papers stick in there, so you just have to kind of punch them out. And here I have my 2 little buttons. Just punch those little holes out. And here's another spool of thread, but I won't do anything with that because it's the exact same as the other one. But these are the different things that come. See, and then that punches out. Look how clean cut that punches those images out. I just love it. And then all you have to do is take your die cut off the paper, remove the washi tape, and you've got everything you need. So it works very easy, and you can put these back in your cases to use another time. So that's how that works. Now I'm going to show you what I have done with the images that I had cut out previously, so that we would be all set to just do this. Okay. One of the things that I saw is one of the things that you can use as the die cut has this on it, and I was like, what in the world is that? I mean, I don't even know if you can really see what this is, but if it has a bunch of lines on it and stuff, it's like a little embossed piece. And then I learned that it fits right in there to show the thread on the spool. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty clever. But again, there's a lot of little pieces to this, so you have to keep them straight. All right, I am going to get all of my pieces here that I have colored and punched out and stamped and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to start by putting my inside. I have a 5.5 by 8.5 black sheet of basic black, and you don't have to worry about the measurements and stuff as we're going through this right now, because it will all be on my blog, and I will put the link to where on my blog you can find this information, all the information that you need for products, and the supplies that you will need, and the measurements. That's what I want to say. The products and the measurements will all be on my blog, so you can just go there and get it all there. For now, you can just enjoy watching. All right, I took 5.25 by 4 piece of Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to lay that right there on top. Center it the best I can. And then I took that postage die. If you remember, I showed that to you and told you it fit a 5.25 by 4 basic white. And I punched that out. I liked the, I don't know if you'd call it scalloped, I suppose, the scalloped edge that die cut made. And it just kind of added a little more character to the card. And so that's why I did that. All right, now I have all my little pieces ready to go here. And what I chose to do with the thread and the spools is I chose to put mini dots on the thread, on the back side of that thread, and then I can just adhere it to the spool. And that seemed to work pretty easy for me. Then I didn't get my hands all messy with the glue and that kind of thing. Because these little pieces, they can sure get messy for you, and then they're really hard to work with. So I'm trying other things. All right. That's I took out of, oh shoot, what is that called? Layering Stylish Shapes dies. That's what it is. And that's where I got that shape. This was just some wording, excuse me, from the stamp set that I used, and then I just took my scissors and I cut around it. There wasn't any fancy die cut or anything to go with it. I just cut around it. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink here. Okay. So I'm just going to lay this right here right now so that I can put everything. I'm just going to line it up on my card. This is a basket that I had printed or stamped and cut out, and then some yarn, and then I took my colored pencils and I colored the yarn. This was printed with Early Espresso, and then I took, let's see, Melon Mambo, Pumpkin Pie, Early Espresso, Daffodil Delight, Coastal Cabana, and Gorgeous Grape. Those were the colors that I used to put this, to color that yarn. All right. And then I showed you how I had punched out the sewing machine there. And I'm just going to kind of think about how I want to lay all my pieces and just kind of get a look for it here. And there's all sorts of things that you can do. But I like to lay it out and see where I would like to put things. Now I also have another little heart, and I think I'm going to put that right there. Okay, Some of this I'm going to pop with dimensionals, and others of it I will glue down. And if I can get a glue dot on it without it being too big, I'm going to do that. Sometimes these circles are just a little too big, and this one is one of them. However, it's enough that I can fold that over so it won't be awful. Okay, and then I'm going to put that down in place. So I'm going to take my little flower here. You can't even see what I'm doing with that, can you? Okay. Take another glue dot. And I'm using primarily my mini glue dots. I think with these smaller pieces, it's just so much easier to put them together. If you don't like the mini glue dots, you can definitely use the multi-purpose liquid glue, and that would work. I would definitely get a silicone mat, though, if you're going to do that, so that your glue doesn't get your paper or your table all messy. All right. Then I have my buttons. Get rid of some of this so it's easier to work with. Put my star on. And I have one more heart. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to try and adjust this without pulling up too much off the paper. Okay. Then what we're going to do is all these pieces are going to be done with dimensionals. Now I am going to take some multi-purpose glue and just put a little line at the top of that basket, because I'm going to lay that right across here. All right, and then we're going to put dimensionals on all of these. I don't know what the weather has been like by you guys, but the last couple of days has been beautiful. It's been in the mid-60s. Been out walking and enjoying the fresh air, and tomorrow it's supposed to be 40 again. That's Wisconsin for you. And 40 and rainy for the next 2-3 days. So I enjoyed it while I could. Guess I'm gonna have to deal with what's coming here. All right, but that's spring, you get a lot of different things going on, and before you know it, the grass is green and everything else. I have a half of a piece right here I'm going to stick right there. That will be helpful. And then I'm going to start putting these together and in place. So this card I chose to make just for all you crafters out there. I know I love and enjoy my times that I can do a lot of crafting. People always say, how do you have the patience to do all that? And they don't realize that to a crafter, it's very relaxing and a lot of fun. So I'm sure many of you can relate to that. There we go. And there we have our card. Life is better when you're crafting. How fun is that? And all it was a lot of die cutting and a little bit of stamping, but most of it was die cutting and then gluing it together. And I wanted to be able to take the opportunity to show you how our embossing our Stampin' cut and embossing machine works, and how you can easily put together a fun card like this. Well, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Again, I hope this doesn't get too late for you, but school had taken up most of my day today, and I just hang in there. I will see you again Sunday for my Simple Sunday video. Again, check out my blog to find out all about the products and measurements and that sort of thing. And I will see you on Sunday. Have a good evening and a wonderful week. Bye now.